So before we get started with this episode, I would like to say that there was another episode lined up. However, nothing happened within about 30 minutes of it, and all I found was the old man once again, since the first time he didn't give us an item, but this time he ended up giving us a piece of heart, and I ended up finding a hidden area next to the sanctuary, which only gave us rupees. And afterwards, I explored Lake Hylia in the Dark World, which led to a lot of dead ends, and all I found at the end was the Ether Medallion. Besides that, this is where I left off, so I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello YouTube, Hyrulians, followers, and friends. I am BlueFlamePrince, and welcome back to another exciting episode of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past Randomizer, where today we will be heading into a cave which I have found, and it has a few chests, and so we will be seeing where we can actually go to, since it depends on what's in these chests, depends on where we go, if any of that just made sense. Also, look at Link's new weapon. It's a giant Hinox, a giant one-eyed Cyclops. I think it actually fits. However, I'm surprised that that guy can actually live through just being hit twice with a Hinox. I mean, this is like Link's new trophy here. Or partner. Yes, in the next Zelda game, there will be a giant Hinox following you around, helping you go through your adventure. I mean, wouldn't that be kind of interesting? A Hinox actually helping you? Or just think of some of the other bigger enemies that's normally hard to beat, and having them as your partner. Anyways though, we will be heading to the cave, which is down here, which in the last few episodes we have been going around desperately looking for a chest. And now, normally, you may actually notice where we are. This is where this thief gave us the Pegasus Shoes, and because I was blinded by the shoes, I did not realize this area back here, which is technically a bombable wall, which you could normally use the Pegasus Shoes for some of them, but this has a few chests within this room, and this room will show us the path to the next area that we can go to. So within chest number 1, we have 50 rupees! What will you do next? Now, if I feel like, I can open chest number 2, chest number 3, or chest number 4. So, we are going with chest number 3. The Book of Medora. I mean, yes, thankfully with the Book of Medora we can go through Dungeon 2 and we can go to the stone tablets. However, it is not that useful. So, chest number 2. What do you have within you? 10 arrows! Completely useless. And for the final chest, a piece of heart! I am so glad that this didn't really help. At least now we can go through Dungeon 2 and explore Hyrule a little bit more. I mean, honestly, I guess the Desert Palace is technically a dungeon, so we can find something there. And we are actually one step towards a stone tablet that we can actually get another item. Which, as I've said, this kind of shows you where we can actually go to. And I mean, going through the Desert Palace actually means we can get the tempered sword, since we have found it recently. It's just not reachable. So we'll use the magic mirror here. And here is the first stone tablet. Now the Book of Medora is actually a book that holds the ancient Hylian language, and apparently this is the tablet where you would have get bombos. But I think we got nothing. I think we got gypped. No items for us. No items for Blue. So going the long way, it seems, just to enter the Desert Palace. And to activate this, all we had to do was pray to the gods. And with the magical powers, they will move these 3 giant Octorok heads. I mean, honestly, what are these? I mean, they could be something connected to the Guardians. That's something to think about, right? But anyways, yes, we can finally enter the Desert Palace, which we should be able to get through within this episode. Hello, Beamos. Now, most people don't really remember those, but the Beamos I would actually count as one of the smallest Guardians throughout the entire Zelda series. And probably the more well-known. Can I still beat you? Yes, I can. And I can probably one-shot everything. So for our first chest, we have... Yep. So glad I came here. This room was one of the more useless rooms. Now what's interesting is, you don't really see this in many Zelda games anymore. But if we go up here, we are now within a trapped room. There's no actual dead ends within future Zelda games. This is just like a troll room for most people. It's just a dead end. And what's also interesting that you don't really see or actually hear in other Zelda games is that you can hear what's in the next room. However, to go actually into that room, we actually need a key. And thankfully, that key is up here, which, surprisingly, that is supposed to be a key. And we have the Pegasus Shoes, thanks to the thief, at least. I mean, what could we really... How useful is the Pegasus Shoes, really? I mean... Okay, well... This was kind of a dead end. Farther up is the big chest. Yeah, so it's like, how useful is the shoes? I mean, we can run across Hyrule, be like the Running Man. The compass, completely useless. But yeah, that's what was in this room, the noise that you heard earlier. Now this is normally supposed to have the big key, but... Wow, really? I feel like this is the one dungeon that was not randomized. What the heck? Well, no, I say that, but... Okay, so... In the big chest, we were supposed to get the Titan's mitts. Or not the Titan's mitts, the Power Gloves. Yes, you get the Titan's mitts this early on. let me tell you. But we have the power gloves already. What is in this chest? I feel like so far we have gotten all the heart containers, and I mean, we're not really going for a complete run of this, but I feel like we've gotten most of the heart containers that we can get within the game. I mean, I think there's like 10 heart containers. I'm not 100% about that. But yeah, we've already made it through that entire place. And the only thing that remains is to grab this sword, which now we have the tempered sword. We one-shot him. And we are going to be facing off with the twin mold boss. I don't really know what to call him, but he fits twin mold from like Majora's Mask. And since me being the Hyrule historian as well, both of these events takes place in opposite, or the other timelines. I'll take that. I'll leave the rupee for the Beamos. Okay, pulling out the lantern. Okay, so this is not the room that we need to light the torches. So glad that we don't have to wait for all those tiles to... crap. Do we have to beat this guy? No, we don't. Thank you. Because at this point, we would have needed the bow and arrow once again. And... I mean, the bow and arrow, the hammer, and the Titan's Mints are the last key items that we really need. So let's see how many shots it takes for us to defeat this guy. That's one hit for those two. We are so overpowered. Does anybody remember what these guys are called? Yay, we won another certificate. Hello, magical crystal. I will take you any day. But yes, we have finally got some progress done within this episode. I mean, not much has happened, but we was able to complete the second dungeon and get ourselves another crystal and the tempered sword. However, because for the past 2 episodes we have been running around Hyrule and just trying to figure out where to go next, I feel like before we end this episode, I am going to go up to Death Mountain and see what is within the second tablet. Well, there was Kirby and another guy. I say Kirby because within Link's Awakening, you do run into the anti-Kirby things. I don't really know what they're called, but we are now at the second stone tablet. And with this, it shows what we will be doing within the next episode. And this is where we would have got Ether. Plus 5 bombs. Seriously? Ooh. What else can we do? I honestly do not think we can do anything else, and you know what? Yeah, this kind of shows you what we can and can't do, because I'm glad I actually went to the pause menu for once, since looking down at it, we no longer have the power gloves. The last stone tablet from the beginning of the episode gave us the Titan's mitts. I mean, I looked and I noticed nothing happened to it, so I thought, okay, rupees or something. But nothing. But, okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. So, it looks like in next episode we are going to the Ice Palace. Won't that be an interesting episode? Maybe we will find the ice rod there, since we haven't found that yet. But I feel like for this episode, I'm going to leave it off here. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If so, please do not forget to leave a like or a comment below. And this has been BlueFlamePrince. And I will see you all in the next episode. Later, guys.